guys, and welcome back to my channel. So we are on yet another video for a weight loss or alternative to meal planning, whatever you're feeling. So the next one I'm going to be talking about, which I am actually currently doing, is intuitive eating. Somebody first asked me about intuitive eating. I laughed because I was like, girl, if I did intuitive eating, I would probably eat everything bad for you because that's what I would be craving. Which in a lot of cases, if you do follow intuitive eating, a lot of time you're gonna listen to that inner voice and it could be telling you to eat just tons of cookies and ice cream and cake and donuts all the time, and you're gonna do it. But the purpose of intuitive eating, it actually helps you to better understand your body and basically the cues that the signals it sends you when you're hungry, when you're full, what you're craving, when you're craving it, your intuition telling you when it comes to food. Intuitive eating also helps you to build a better relationship with food. Kind of helps to train your mind to have a healthier relationship with food, because most of us will be like, oh my god, I'm craving this, oh my god, I crave, and then you just gorge and you binge. But most of us have built bad habits. We have bad habits with food. We have bad habits in relationship with ourselves and how we view food. And so we start doing all these crazy things where we're restricting this, we're restricting that, we don't eat that, we don't eat this because we just view it so negatively, and then which causes a domino effect of us binge eating or having these horrible cravings. It's downhill from there. I started intuitive eating, actually, it was not planned, when I got my neck injury. So in September, I got a pinched nerve in my neck, and it was a combination of past injuries that I've had that I never took care of. I worked in a dental office, you know, being in this position repetitively, I ended up getting this injury, and it was the most terrible thing I ever experienced. And the first thing I thought of is, I can't train, I can't do all this, my diet has to be on point to avoid weight gain. So I just wanted to maintain what I currently was at. First thing I did is I'm gonna cut out every single processed food that I was eating, so to avoid more inflammation in my neck area, because I wanted to heal, I wanted to get better. So I just cut all that stuff out, and all I did is focus on whole foods. I stopped counting macros, and I just focused on whole nutrient dense foods. Because I was injured, that's all I was focusing on. I didn't think about, oh my god, I want donuts. I was in so much pain. I was very focused on healing, so I was very focused on just doing everything the right way. So I continued with eating this way for a good month. It just kind of established itself. So when I started feeling better again, I started training normal again, I just continued with that way of eating. Intuitive eating basically was eating when I was hungry, not eating if I wasn't hungry, eating basically whatever I wanted. When I say whatever I wanted, that meant all whole nutrient dense food. If you can grow it in the ground, you can grow it on the bush, whatever it is, I was eating it. You can't grow tortillas, you can't grow donuts. I didn't eat anything processed. I was eating a lot, I mean I still do, a lot of fruit, vegetables, a variety of vegetables. I eat corn, I eat carrots, I eat all of that stuff, because a lot of people I know avoid those things because there's more sugar and it's more of a carb source. The only carbs that I eat are complex carbs, which are potatoes, root vegetables, rice, quinoa, oatmeal, which I'm more limited on. A lot of the processed carbs can be rice cakes and tortillas and breads. I don't eat those things because I had cut them out for a reason, and I actually don't miss them. I actually don't crave them. I mean, I still do have one thing here and there, but again, it's moderation. I'll pick one day a week where I do enjoy a meal of whatever that is. I love counting macros. Again, like I said, I still have my clients, I start them out on counting macros because, you know, having something to follow, having a guideline, because some people like it more planned out, that helps you stick to something, and it helps you build a better relationship with food. You can work your way to, once you build that better healthy relationship with your food, you can go on to something else. You can go on to intuitive eating because you do have a better relationship. Those who have bad habits and have a bad relationship with food, I wouldn't say jump into intuitive eating, because you might go for all the wrong things. You might make all the wrong choices because of those bad habits. because I'm sticking with my whole nutrient-dense food sources, no processed stuff, I do not have cravings at all. I don't crave the donuts, I don't crave the cookies, I don't crave all that stuff like I used to. So you guys remember I make posts and I talk about stuff, oh my god, I want this so bad, because it was in my diet on a regular, and when I was restricting myself from it, I felt like, you know, you want something more because you know you can't have it. But now that I have kind of more of the freedom of I can choose to eat whatever I want, I've accepted it up here and I've been okay with it. I don't want it. Like, there's some days where I'm like, ooh, that sounds really good, and maybe I'll go buy it, or I go to buy it, and then I'm like, I'm over it. Like, I really actually don't want it. And it's kind of awesome. It's kind of fun because I'm like, wow, the less stress I have, I don't feel like I'm as imprisoned with those things, you know. And so I've really been really enjoying intuitive eating, and I think my body obviously has been really loving it too, especially with my recent fat loss that came from intuitive eating, and that came from just cutting out the processed food. With intuitive eating, there is no plan that you follow. There's nothing. You're just kind of free to do whatever you want, and that's what I've been doing, and I've really been enjoying it. So I still eat 4, 5, 6 meals a day. I still plan meals, I still prep them, bring them with me, but the only difference is I'm not counting, I'm not measuring, and I'm just making whatever I want. It's not specific. I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna just only eat this and eat this and eat this. One day I'm like, you know, I'm feeling like I just want to eat fish all day with this kind of vegetable and with this kind of vegetable. I want to actually have 3 or 4 servings of fruit today. Other days I don't. That's the beauty of intuitive eating. So, and I think too, because I counted macros for so long, I've tried so many different nutrition plans that I kind of eye everything now. So I'm still getting kind of probably what I was getting before as far as my protein intake and my carb intake and my fat intake is it's like muscle memory. But I'm not sitting there like counting out each gram. I'm not counting out each, you know, measuring with cups and things like that. I usually just throw it in there. So if you already have a problem with food and you don't trust yourself, you feel like you just go crazy, I don't think intuitive eating is for you yet. I would go more on a specific plan where you have something you follow and stick with that for a while until you feel comfortable with going off of that and being comfortable with not having it, or being comfortable with just taking one piece of this and being done with it. Listening to those inner cues, I'm full, I'm hungry, no, I don't want this, yes, I want this, and, you know, understanding the difference between cravings and fake cravings. And what I mean by that is usually when you're restricting yourself too much of whole nutrient-dense foods, a variety of those foods, your body, the reason why you get cravings is because your body is letting you know it's lacking something, and it's not coming from those processed foods, it's coming from your diet. The nutrients, the minerals, the vitamins that come from your whole foods, your body is gonna let you know of it, that it needs that. It doesn't need a donut. It needs maybe more dark greens. It maybe means you need more fruit in your diet. So it's paying attention to those little things, and that's what I'm talking about, those little cues, those intuitions of what your body tells you. Processed foods, these fast foods, are so readily and easily available. It's the first thing we go to. We don't think like, oh, maybe, you know, I do need more vegetables, maybe I do need more fruit in my diet. Like, we don't automatically think that because we're like, man, I'm craving something salty, bag of chips. Maybe it's you're not putting enough salt on your foods that you're making, because yes, we do still need a certain amount of sodium a day. There's a good amount of vegetables and food products that do naturally have sodium in it. And if you're cutting those out, and then you're cutting out just putting sodium on your food, you're gonna have a deficiency in that. That's why your body's gonna crave sodium. And the first thing we go to is those chips or fries or something like that. So that's what I'm talking about when it comes to intuitive eating. It's eating for the health benefits, not for the palate, and paying attention to that. So if you're not ready to go on your own, you don't feel comfortable enough and trust yourself enough to not go crazy on bad foods, don't go to intuitive eating yet. Maybe start with macros, maybe start with a different nutrition plan, something more planned out, and then go from there. You guys gotta remember, I've been doing this for almost 15 years. So I've tried a lot of different things. I've gone to school, I'm constantly educating myself in different nutrition plans and different ways of eating, and what your body needs and how your body responds and works with different things. So I've been doing this a long time, so that's why I jump from different things, because I feel comfortable enough with it and I trust myself enough with different things, and I know what I'm doing. I'm educated. I understand it. I'm not just jumping into something because I saw this person mentioned it, or this person mentioned it. You know, I'm understanding what it is I'm doing, and that's what I'm telling you. You need to educate and understand whatever it is you're doing before you do it, because then you're gonna have more success with it. Then you're not gonna like end up sitting here going, this didn't work, and moving on to the next one, because maybe you just didn't, it probably could have worked for you, but you just didn't have the right knowledge and the right tools and didn't apply them the way they should have been, and you might have been more successful. Hopefully this video was helpful for you guys in just understanding what intuitive eating is. I personally am loving it right now. If there's anybody that is doing intuitive eating out there, let me know. But thank you guys so much for watching, for tuning in. Please like this video, please share it, and then subscribe. I love you forever if you subscribe or like or share. Don't quit your day job, Jen. But I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you. I'll see you.